You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
This is the Daniel Monday Night Community Show on demand through YouTube. Thank you very much for choosing to listen to us through this method. If you'd like to keep up to date with when I add new interviews, then subscribe to this channel. And we're now going to be talking to Dave from Swale Community Leisure. As always, it's great to have you back in the studio.
Thanks, Daniel. I'm glad to be back, albeit by the skin of my teeth, of course, with the heavy traffic around this evening, but I'm here.
Well, hopefully you could let us know if there's anything exciting happening in the world of leisure.
Yes, indeed. And to be honest, when you look around at leisure around the country and, in fact, around the world, there seems to be some really exciting developments in terms of how things are moving on electronically. So much more of the equipment you get these days in the gyms and so forth seems to be driven to connect to iPods, iPads, and smartphones, and actually they drive the apps which tell people what they're doing and what they're achieving. And we've tried to keep up to date with that. And recently we had a refurbishment in both our sites, actually, the one in Sittingbourne at Swallows and the one on sheppey at sheppey Leisure Complex. So we've now got smart apps on all of the equipment, which is really good. There are some downsides, of course, though, as well, of course. I think the autumn spending review is affecting everybody that's funded through local government, and certainly in the next few years to come, I think there'll be a downturn in the money available. But we'll strive to work through that, and certainly, our patrons keep coming back for more, and hopefully that's a message that will continue.
How are things with Swale Community Leisure, and are there any new developments?
Yes, there are some quite interesting ones, actually. We're all aware within the borough there are a number of leisure facilities, some private operators, but there are three main leisure centres as such. There's the one we're lucky enough to have on Sheppey at Sheerness. There's Swallows in Sittingbourne, and one which we don't actually operate, but we are on speaking terms with, is in Faversham, where we have the wonderful outdoor pools. I think it's quite blatant, though, that there are some very distinctly different areas within the borough of Swale. So one size fits all doesn't always work. So what we've been doing, we've been working with Sport England, who are supporting us to carry out a feasibility study to see what we can do to improve those facilities. So it's only early stages, but we're looking to see how we can improve the facility mix so that people can utilise what they want, pay for only what they want to use, make it affordable to them, and actually improve those facilities for people. So that's a study that's only just started. We've been working with their consultants, and we hope to have some good results and maybe some investment to improve things for local people.
And I hear that the Dame Kelly Holmes Trust has been working here on the island with the Swale Community Leisure.
Absolutely, and of course Kelly Holmes, as I'm sure we all know, is one of our greatest Olympic heroes, and after she retired from competitive running, she wanted to pay back something into the community, so she set her own trust up, and what it does is it employs former athletes like herself to work in community settings with local delivery partners to help young people who haven't got a job, and they're dubbed that awful term NEET, not an employment, education or training, but helping them to get back into work or training. So we've been lucky enough to work with the Trust and with some really high profile athletes to help young people in Sheppey to get back into work. First programme we ran was before Christmas, and we had 47 on the roll to begin with. Not everybody was able to complete it, but we had something like a 50% success rate, which was really good in getting people through the programme. And those that dropped out actually didn't drop out because they didn't like the programme. They dropped out because they went back into training and actually got a job. So it's been very successful. So, yeah, we've enjoyed it, and we've enjoyed working with the Dame Kelly Holmes Trust.
So has it made a difference to local people?
Well, we've only run 2 programmes so far, but I believe it has. We've successfully managed to engage, at the end of each programme, 15 or 16, depending which programme, young people aged between 16 to 25 who've managed to get placements of work experience which have then led into employment or training. And for example, in our last programme, we've had 5 who've gone through and are going to be working for South Eastern Railway. So it's been a real success.
So what's the latest with the Beachfields project then?
Back to Beachfields, which of course is our key project here on the Isle of Sheppey. We've been working with a lot of schools on the island, more so than we ever have done before. And we held a schools conference where we had 9 schools from the island turn up and bring children along to come and be involved in the project and let us share their ideas with us. This was all about the regeneration improvements to the Beachfields Park and the area surrounding the leisure centre in Sheerness. That was very successful, as I say, and they used different means to explore the history of the site, such as drama, art, reading, cycling, music, but also leisure as well. So we did play some games, and it was quite active. That was very successful, and that's allowing us now to put in a bid to the Heritage Lottery Fund so we can maintain that schools and young person project and keep moving it forward over the next year.
So are there any events coming up, other events?
Absolutely. Coming up to the summer, of course, we're going to have an open day at the Leisure Centre. But what we're trying to do is we want to link in with other partners, so we're not just working by ourselves. So it'd be good to maybe time it so it's the same time as the Sheerness Carnival. And we also want to bring the Beachfields project together as well. And one thing with Beachfields is we've also been working with the Kent School of Architecture, which is part of the University of Kent. And they, as part of their coursework, they've had to study the site and do some designs, which have been, I have to say, have been fantastic. And some of the drawings far better than anything I could even dream of. But it's inspired me to really bring them along to showcase their ideas at our open day. So do watch out for that. We haven't set the date yet, but it'll be the end of June, beginning of July, and hopefully I'll be able to come back up before then to tell you more about it.
Before you go, was there any useful sort of contact details you'd like to give out to us?
Sure. If any members of the public, listening public out there, would like to contact me or contact us about any information to do at the leisure centres, or indeed about any of the projects we discussed, you can email us at inquiries@swaleleisure.org, or you can leave a message on 01795 426 756. You can, of course, contact either Swallows or Sheppey Leisure Complexes, or alternatively Gym in Swale or Swim in Swale on Facebook. Look forward to hearing from you all.
Dave, once again, thank you very, very much for coming along.
Thank you, Daniel.
That is Dave with us from Swale Community Legend. I've no doubt we look forward to speaking to Dave once again, where he'll give us another update.